Hi guys, goddamn, we're recording another one at midnight because, God forbid, I, make a proper schedule to record and don't fuck up my sleep schedule more than this. And as you can hear, I have food because, again, God forbid, I have a proper sleep schedule to work on shit.
Right.
This is the necklace for which I've been searching. Give it to me now.
Blast it!
I'm not so sure it'll suit you all that well, you know? Besides, do you have any proof that it belongs to you? I have no proof that it belongs to me, but I need to give it to me. You need to give it to me nonetheless. Digby, shut the fuck up. I need you to leave me alone. Go on, get off.
Curses!
Why, you... The necklace is the property of Queen Farty and must be returned to her. The man and Queen's yours, yes? Please, explain to him that the necklace must be returned. How dare you? How dare you treat your elders and betters in such an atrocious manner? Can you believe this fellow? He turns him out of the blue and demands that I give him the necklace I found. Would you mind having a word? It's outrageous. What's that you say? Sure. Tomb of the Royal Line? This fellow went in and lost it somehow, and he's searching for it ever since? That's exactly correct. Now please, give me the necklace. Well, I suppose there aren't much choice in the matter. I don't know the first thing about your friend here, but I don't have any reason not to believe you're telling me. Here. Oh, so I should say I'm joined by a cat. So... if you hear like bells and shit, it's him. Can't we just be an exquisite find a way?
Ah?
My debt to you grows larger by the day. What I said, that man was true. I dropped the knife to the struggle of siege. But it is the mark of Queen's Royal Lynch. I had to find it and return it. And besides, I'm crying off right now. I apologize for the doctor. You must got more than me. I cannot take sole credit for its having been recovered. And then, they like using the word "and then" a lot.
Well, well. All of you together. And to what do I owe this great honor?
We have come to give you this, Your Majesty.
By the sands! The necklace of the royal line! The one I gave to that awful monster! How did you come by it?
After recovering it from the monsters who despoiled the Temple Palace, I kept it in hopes of returning it to you. But it was lost among the rubble of the likeness, and I have searched for it ever since. I wished to be the one to bring it back to you.
I see. I thank you for your efforts on my behalf.
I should just kind of here.
Please, you
She
must
was
not
not
thank
here
me.
for this adventure.
I have treated you most terribly, Your Majesty. I suspected you of being in league with the monsters. This feeble gesture cannot begin to compensate for my having doubted you. I only hope that its return pleases you. May the spirit of the land watch over you, Queen Fatiti. I thank you once more for all that you have done. I hope that you will visit us again soon.
That was Elder Hadid's first visit to the Temple Palace since my return. Until now, he delegated all necessary communications to his subordinates. I had worried that he... But no. Now, This necklace carries with it so many memories, both good and bad. And this shall certainly be added to the list of pleasant recollections. Now, I realize that you have done so much for us already, but I must make one final request of you. You still have one of the blood rubies removed from the likeness of the great evil, I take it?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Then I would ask that you retain it for safekeeping. I will ensure that the other is stored safely away where none may find it. In this way, we may ensure that the two accursed jewels are never again united, as I fear they might otherwise be. I pray that you will guard it well.
Alright, I guess. Yeah. Cool. I wonder if that affects the dig site at all. Now that he's gone. Like, oh, he's gone, so. We just kind of walk right through.
All right.
That's 5 gold. Wait a minute. Mr. Harry's and Sweets. What's that? The monster was just like mine. Don't worry, I didn't say anything, not a single word. Fuck you.
Oh.
What do you think he's doing? I went to start following his orders. It technically has been a day though, so you know what that means, guys? Before we go to that new island that I keep hinting towards and saying we're gonna do, and then not do because why not? I mean, I really want to get that last grayscale. It bugs me and it irks. Just because it's like, it's right there being a fucking level up. Well, not level up, but unlock. And the gray ones have a little bit of a better story. Not much, but some. But I would like Aishi get better gear. Because they're not even... I never decided what I was going to make her, did I? Alright, back to what I was originally going to do anyway. How about this?
Sure.
I said, since I don't really feel like anyone's going to be support, we're going to make her support, have her just go dancer. And then as a moonlight. Work on fucking getting about worked up. Because while she has good attack, her charm's just so much higher. So what? Actually, no. We're gonna treat her like Jade in like Dragon Quest 11. You want her to be a good mixture, so I think maybe hero / champion. So yeah, we'll keep warrior, dancer for now. Yeah, and then in return, she'll have a dancer build. So have this build for charm. is like 103 attack is not bad. Okay, it's kind of dog shit. But keep in mind, this is modern like equipment that we're getting. This and this are like above average equipment we're supposed to have. But we'll keep her for a little bit. We'll see how she does in this play style, and then we'll go from there. Apparently, we can't do them yet. Never mind, I guess. But like, anyway, location points and location points, they help. Watch this one shot. Yeah. So we're in, we can say it, alright? I forgot about that. Didn't save it. Cool. Guess we gotta go on that journey. Again. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy some mini medals. Collecting, but like, I thought it was good shit. I want my mini medals. Use a fairy foil. This is the mini medal. Do I regret grinding the thief locations? Because I don't like thief. No. Do I regret grinding to level 26 and not realizing I could turn the EXPs around? Well, not thinking about it until after the fact. Yeah, quite a bit actually. It's fun not being able to have. It's fun not being able to participate in this game that much. Totally is. You know why I say it in front of the comes back out so you can be fun with dads. There's not much to do in this map at all. Right now. There's the Manticore over there, which is going to be fun to fight. I do enjoy fighting the Manticores. I feel like mini bosses. Yay! Go in, rob the place. item shop.
Alright.
No, just an item shop, no weapons. Alright. There's a priest. And there's a fragment in here. Oh, great fragment. I'm the mayor. Suppose you think it's rather than usual related social to hold that position, do you? No. Let's figure should you say so. Now then, you're in charge, aren't you? I trust you have a good look around. You've had a good look? Yeah. Jolly good. Jolly good show! I suppose you must have noticed Jolly goes on the rounds as close to the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have an internet or anything like that. Would you like to spend the night here? It's no trouble, honestly. Wonderful. Have a lovely night's sleep. Please be a challenging enemy game. Hello?
Listen.
Stay in bed, you know. Get up now. There's something funny going on outside. We need to go and take a look. Come on, move it. With this bed set up, like in case you somehow have 6 party members. Even though at this point you can't have. Even at this point, if you have Aishi, that means you no longer have Kiefer because those two are correlated. And if you have the next party member, again, don't know how to get them, so I get a correlation. Fucking I'm going down. Open the door. Fuck!
Hey!
Yeah, you battle! Try her out. How you attack the motor rockers. Start with the basic attack. So with the fan, just 40. Okay. So less than, a little bit less than half of them. So use your skills and I can remember. But specifically, you kiss me dead. 9. Okay. What if we make her attack focus then? Sword of the Roamers isn't beat up by anything besides Metal Slime Sword, it seems like. And then defense doesn't matter, but charm. I would like you to have attack up then. But you're leaving at 137, that's less than rough. Rough is the basic ass attack. These are rippable things. But she really doesn't have any. She's not an attacker, she's not even the strongest. 60. Yeah, it's higher than Ruff, but keep in mind, Ruff's got a fucking whip. It's just...
Slice and dice!
She can be good, but I'm building Ruff to be a secondary attacker. Just because of how I like how he plays. Or not how he plays, but I like how the Monster Master classes, it seems. So for the time being, it's gonna be probably... Yeah, she's gonna go Charm. I'd rather her be purely for fucking buffing. So I do 40 when I can raise my attack and deal an extra 40. check this out. Too many people, right? So she's fast. Let's see, throw on the enemy. So muscle dance me.
Watch me move.
And skills. Guy enemy. Dazzle. No, we're starting this off. We'll try this out. Decrease attack. We'll just do a basic attack for us. But it's like, okay, then you can come over here, have that attack out. Again, just do 1 to 6, and we'll choose her entire attack stat just by attacking. Keep in mind, she did use a charm attack. Let's see a physical attack in a second. 34. The issue is when I have a party member who's okay, 82 to 156. Okay, that's actually doubling. That's pretty good. When I have a party member though who's attacking, I don't want him to. I want him to do damage.
All in a day's work.
And I like that she can buff, but she feels indecisive. You can't make her like Jade, because Jade's whole gimmick was that she was specifically an attacker with a charm subset. If I remember correctly, there weren't any fans of Dragon Quest XI. But she also was more so meant to be a medium attacker, like the last party member, because I'm not, spoilers in case you're playing it right now. Because if you have the last party member, he was very similar to Jade, but just better, because you didn't have to do with the charm or support stuff. And if you want support, that's fine all, but like, typically it's best to run a mid support, because so that you can focus on either damage or healing, and then a mid damage dealer. So they can support when needed, but they should be focused on. But they can also deal damage. Meaning, which is what Jade falls into. But why have that when you can have just the dedicated healer as a secondary support instead? Or better yet, my final team in Dragon Quest XI, 3 damage dealers in Rat. And Sylvando, Jade, and the one girl on the sidelines. And then you have my team in Dragon Quest 3, which was 2 damage dealers, a healer, and a support. And then 8, I had Red, and Mori as support and buffs. They could both heal, but they could also both deal damage when needed. So it's just like, charm is just not good. Charm's kind of pointless, it feels, on this. Because especially when you look at...
Sure.
Let's see. The vocation stuff, it's like 3 things. Sorry. It's two pieces of things. Luminite doesn't get much. Shroudabout doesn't. He's more so buffing. And I don't like the Heim shit. And Jester, which is yelled about. It's just... It's Deaccelerate and Deaccelerado. If you want buffs, even this one's kind of shitty for buffs. Yeah, because that has literally all the fucking buffs you don't want. Because dodgy dance, decoy dance, and battle dance, and muscle dance. Shit buffing your team. And then because you don't want the same person to be a buffer and debuffer, because then you can only have one out at a time. So it has all that. When you're going to the healing support isn't great. I'd rather have the next party member do that because he has really good defense and magical mending. She doesn't have magical mending for shit. Or might. She's defense, attack, and charm. Charm, as we just discussed, kind of dog shit. So she's an attacker and defense. But, like Kiefer. But at this point in the game, we have Ruff, who's filling into that role. You kind of have to force to be filled into that role for just a little bit. Your mage, who's typically also going to probably be a little bit of healing, and your main character, who's takes over from Kiefer as soon as he leaves. So she doesn't have a fit in the party. She doesn't have magical mending or healing, like the next character is going to be really good at, nor Maribel. She doesn't have... She has the defense to be up there rivaling the main character, but so does the next character. She doesn't have the might to rival Maribel for magical might. Her attack... She has a good amount of HP, yeah, but that's... Could just be the class speaking, because, like, for example, if I switch warrior and fucking martial artist, puts her at the next highest, right next to fucking monster master. So that's just a class thing, and isn't necessarily a character thing. I'm like, yeah, I give her 120 defense. If she's a proper shield and chestplate, yeah, she'll be higher than me, but she wants to be a jack, but she can't fit into any. She wants to be buff supporter, but you already have that in a soft healer and attacker with Maribel. But you want her to be attacker, and by the time you get to that point, you're gonna have the next party member who's gonna be better at healing. Can't have it on the main character because again, he needs to be. He's look at that fucking 200 attack stat with that plus 90. Granted, her attack isn't great. Because she has the one weapon, she had mine, but she wouldn't beat me. Even if you give the 90 to her, you have to keep in mind, the fan still gives like 36 attack. So that puts her at just below me. And granted, she is a lower level. So that does affect her. But she doesn't have the magical mending or might to go into a role needing that. Because even if you say priestess, mage, her magical stats are still mediocrely bad and dog shit. At 133, 139, she's not going to have enough in 6 levels to be combating her. Even if she had Sage, it would not be a close fight, especially for the magical might. With Priest equipped, though, keep in mind, have a little less magical mending. Ruff, with no magic, in the slightest, is 50 points below her. If you switch her to a warrior, martial artist, her magical might is 30 below him, which she is not getting in 4 levels. And granted, Monster Master uses that a little bit, it mostly relies on physical attack. So no, he does not get anything good from it. I think she should become the Ruff of the party. Well, I was kind of treating him before we got her. And he started to become a part of his own with his stats going really crazy there for a couple of levels. She's going to be given the whip, and it's going to be the group attacker and support. Until we get the next party member, she's going to be just there doing that. I don't like characters when they try to be a jack of all trades, because most of the time they go into decision loops where they try to be all but fail at every single one. As we just discussed, the main character in most rank games can do that because they are given that variety too. And they're meant to be a self-insert. But in return, they typically have even their stat totals. So they'll not be the best in anything, but they'll have higher than average stat totals because of that. Because of the main character, they're meant to be a little good. It's just that anytime you get a secondary party member that tries to do the same thing, unless they leave, they're not going to succeed in any of that. So she has the attacking defense and charm, but their charm sucks ass. So you have to make it physical. So I think we're going to keep a warrior martial artist. Warrior martial artist. Back to dancer just so she's getting points in it. But besides that, we're giving him. One second. We're gonna give her a rough rip and give her a slightly better piece of equipment. Get rid of the charm ability. But in return, rough, you're gonna get the. Rough doesn't really actually have any good weapons that he can use. The metal slash sword's his, I'm not giving it to him. Man, she can have the dragon, he can have the dragon tail whip. Can you get like a new helmet though, please? Should be just carrying the sword to Ramos for now, because no one else can really use it. But as soon as we get to the shop, she's getting a complete equipment makeover. Hey! I do not like in the slightest how her abilities. Keep in mind, she was doing 36 damage to the base attack against the Manticore, and now she's just 44. That is unacceptable to go from a 36 to 60 damage weapon. That is stupid.
Excellent.
She's, in my opinion, not a good party member in the slightest. Because of that. They try to make her so good at everything, and they try to make her a secondary keeper. But because you haven't had him for a couple of lines now, you've changed other people around to fill that role. And in return, she doesn't fill that role in the slightest because the charms kind of always shitty in Dragon Quest games. Unless you're specifically going for charm build, and no. It's like one of the few games where it's just not usually worth the effort to go into it. And then when you do go, fine, I'll do it. Like, say 52 damage isn't that bad. It's just also, it's not great. One rough is doing that same amount of damage with a whip.
That was easy.
The whip's strong, but even then, the whip has worse attack stat than that sword does.
All right.
Why are you selling the battle axe? Ah, it's plus 20 maximum HP. That's not bad. I might give that to her. Because it gives her used to attacking. She has, everything. It doesn't go good for her in the slightest.
All right.
She'll get it. I'm fine with the mirror shield. It's just fire damage. So yeah, look. She now has the most defense out of it. So she's defensive, attacker. But you already have 2 attackers at this point. And if you don't have 2 attackers, you would already have a magic, 2 buffers. Or magic attack, whatever. She just doesn't fill that healer or any role you need her to fill. She's just there.
Ah.
And I fucking hate it. A jack of all trades, a master of none. And in this case, a failure of all. A failure of all of those. She has the defense, and that is it. Even if I gave her my best weapon, she would only have a attack stat of 168. My main character, if you remove this, he is still in the attack stat range of 100. Even in 5 levels now, she will not have enough to take that over the 200. If you give her pure damage build, sure, she might. But no. She's not going to have that anytime soon with this. Does it not help that she joined so late? Yeah, that doesn't help her in the slightest. But, or I should say late. Does it not help that I overleveled when I got her? Yeah, it doesn't.
Now.
But, like, she's still just not doing good, in my opinion. She doesn't have the stats needed to be an attacker. And she doesn't have fucking MP to buff, as you can see. His character details. Max MP, 91. As a support, she has 200 MP almost as damage. As a damage shield support. She gets double the amount as this. Why? Her ability that doubles an attack for 1 fucking turn. 1 turn, nothing else. is only 12 MP. That 5 uses of that is 60 MP. A boss fight typically lasts close to 10 turns. So you're gonna have to use items on her to buffer. It's just... she's getting replaced as soon as possible. I don't like her in the slightest. It's cool to have Kiffer's descendant on the team. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But when all her stats are dog shit, because she can't decide if she wants to be a charmer, buff supporter, but doesn't have the MP to back it up. Or she wants to be a physical attacker, but she doesn't have the attack to back it up. You can't have both. If you want a physical attacker, they're not going to be doing much else, because that's going to be the highest DPS overall. Because sometimes you're going to have enemies resist magical, or be like whatnot. So, and if you have her go thrown into the deep end of being a charmer, she gets 5 turns and then she's at her strongest MP and then she's out. I get that you're not using the strongest ones, but you're gonna be consistently using MP. It's not like a mage where you can be like, okay, the mage has the high MP, so you don't have to be using as many items on him. Or so they can go longer. If you're out adventuring like I am right now, she uses that. She gets 5 battles where she can buff us, or buff me, and double my damage for 1 turn, and then she's halfway gone. More than halfway. And if you go, alright, use some of her weaker ones, like Battle Dance. Okay. That's still 8 fucking MP. So if assuming that's a 1-stage boost, you have to use that twice of 16 to give everyone the 2-stage, and then you can use Muscle Dance, which already puts you at 38. Just to go back, and which you can use once, and if you use it a second time, cool, puts you now at 60. Oh no, 38. It'd be 50. Fine. That's 4 turns already at 50 MP. Just have to go back and use Battle Dance again, because it's gonna run out. And if you Battle Dance and decide to buffer Dodgy Dance is only 1 person. Focus Strength yourself. Decoy Dance. It's 1 hour. And that makes them attack more. You only want that in a certain situation. She doesn't have the MP to be a good support. She doesn't have the attack to be a good damage dealer. Which makes it hard for me to decide what I want to give her, because she can't be either. I'm going to end this recording so I can collect my thoughts. We'll continue this next time.